Hello, we're back. It's 8 o'clock and it is time for part dose of the double episode catch up.
And this one is 2 L's, so we're going to breeze through real quick.
I mean, real quick. So,
like George says on Seinfeld, like a Band-Aid, right off.
Right off.
So here we go. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I've been watching Seinfeld nonstop. There are so many TV shows that I am behind on because I can't stop the Seinfeld rewatch for the 1,000th time because it's so comfortable.
You know, I'm way overdue for a rewatch of Seinfeld, and actually my friend Joy has finally started watching it enough to appreciate it. So I am going to make a list of some of my favorite episodes so that we can have a Seinfeld day and I can show them what they've really been missing out on.
How do you pick your favorite episodes? Like I have a couple that are like, yes, but like there's so many.
They're all so good. Like that's why I just need to start a rewatch so I can start, marking some of the better ones.
I know, but like legitimately, I just have it constantly on at all times. Like when I'm sitting in my chair reading, Seinfeld's on the background. When I'm going to sleep at night, Seinfeld's on the background. Like I can't stop. I'm addicted. And it's bad because I'm so behind on all my other shows, all of them. Not like I watch a lot, but
Seinfeld and Golden Girls are like the best 2 background shows that are so comforting to just like for me anyway, like I've seen both of them enough that like I know every episode what happens. So I don't have to be like sitting right in front of it watching it, but it's just playing. It's so comforting.
I know there are anyway, well, that's our Seinfeld rant for the day, but you should know this already if you've watched any of our podcasts because we reference it constantly.
Yeah. All right, let's dive right in. So game 1 of this episode is January 4th versus Incarnate Word. This was Saturday, January 4th, home game. Is this the one that I missed when I was sick? Yes. All right.
You were sick. This was the first game. I brought the prayer candle to. Didn't work. That prayer candle, I think, is tainted. Think that I need a new one. Something, because it hasn't worked a damn lick.
I know. Jose, if you're watching, because he texted and said he was watching us the first episode, we need you to get someone to bless this candle for us, so maybe it'll work.
Legit, I might need to take it to Sacred Heart and have
maybe Senior Young can bless
have
it.
Have Father. Oh crap, who is it? Father. It's not Mike. Father Paul. I can't remember it. No, damn, I can't remember his name. All right, doesn't matter. Anyway, have one of them bless it.
So we played, and speaking of the Catholic Church, we played University of Incarnate Word, which is a private Catholic university. It was founded in 1880. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was going to say, I will say, when I was in San Antonio this past weekend, I drove by Incarnate Word. I've never seen the campus. I've only ever just seen the football field. There's a building on there that, man, oh man, it looks like it's pulled straight out of like Italy. It's like crazy beautiful. Anyway, sorry.
It's a gorgeous campus. Their gym's just not nice.
That part.
Because I've been there. So yeah, it was founded in 1881 by, so that the building that you saw might have been the first building.
Had to be.
1881 by the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word. It's the largest Catholic university in Texas. This was our first conference game of the season. In our previous matchup history with UIW, we had 12 wins and only 1 loss. Largest margin of victory was 84-46 in 2016, and the smallest was 74-71 in 2019. Same starting lineup: Keon, Matt, Nana, CC, Jelani. We did lose 55-49, and attendance was 1,803. Sorry, I'm just going to be coughing for the next month of my life.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Sean Kennedy stat section. Our field goal percentage, 31.37%. 3-point percentage, 11.11%. Free throw, 55.56%. Only 28 points in the paint. 1 point off of turnovers. 11 second chance points, 11 fast break points, only 8 bench points. We had 38 total rebounds, 14 offensive and 24 defensive. They out-rebounded us by 4. We had 15 fouls. Us and UIW both had 11 turnovers. We had 5 steals and 2 blocks, and our game leader was Keon with 17 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds.
Okay. So, obviously, player of the game. Gonna be
Keon.
Yeah. We got to pick one. It's definitely going to be Keon. He's the only player in double digits. Yeah. I mean, he was our number one guy in this game. This one's hard for me to talk about. Anyway, yeah. Good job, Keon.
All right, feats of strength. I will start and say the first thing, only 11 turnovers. I'm very, 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 very happy with that.
Yes, and yes. I'm glad you mentioned that first. Very happy with the turnovers. Also, with the amount of personal fouls, we actually had less than they did at 15. So that's good. I don't hate
low
that.
for us. 15's low for us on fouls.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like the fact that we had less fouls than them and the fact that we had 15, which normally 15 is like, wow, that's a horrible night for somebody. No, that's a good night for us, babe. It's a good night for us, babe. Let's see. We didn't have any texts, which is good. We had more fast.
Actually.
Huh?
I don't think we've had one in a while, actually.
I don't think we have either. You're right. We had more fast break points than they did. Yeah, it's hard to find positives in the game. Nana had 7 rebounds. That's pretty good. Jelani had 8 rebounds. Love to see it. Let's see here. Keon, yeah, it was 2 of 4 from the 3-point line. Let's see. That's the only bright spot in that category. He was our only 2 threes. Let's see. It's hard. Very, very hard.
That's really about what we have on positives for this game.
Yeah, this was a hard one for many reasons. We did outscore them in the second half by 2 points. That's
too little, too late.
That's about all I got. Yeah, that's like 100% it's one of the mottos of this season so far is too little, too late. You know, like we play decently, it's never a blowout either. Like it's always just within reach every time, within 10 points, within 5 points. Like, it's always within reach. And I feel like that may be the most frustrating part.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So let's move into the grievances, because that's the start of my grievance.
Newcomers. The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
All right, Yeah, that's the beginning of my grievance. The fact that it's always within reach. Here's the thing. Not that I want this to happen, but would it be a little bit better if we were just that bad that we got blown out every single game? And it was like, okay, like, we just suck.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that every single game, bar maybe, Oregon, even Oregon was a close game for us because it was within 12 points, right?
No, it was 19.
No, okay, I was going to say it was under 20. I know that for sure. But like, still, all of these games are within shooting freaking distance, within reach, within grab, and it's just too little too late. And I feel like that's the most frustrating part, especially when we've seen them play ACU, great team, win. See them play against ULM, great team, win.
Mm-hmm.
I am of the opinion now that we are just not a home team anymore. We're a road team.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And I agree with you that that's what makes it more frustrating for us. And I know more frustrating for the guys is that
100%.
If we just sucked, we would be like, we just sucked this year. Like,
we just suck. Yeah.
We can't do any better. We're going to show up and support them. But like, we don't have high hopes. But we've seen this group of guys play. And I mean, I know I don't probably say it as much as my dad says Joe Max says it, but most seasons at the beginning, I'm like, oh, we got a really good team this year. But I mean, I really mean it about these guys. Like, we've seen this group of guys and we know how
they have talent,
good and athletic and basketball smart, and just like, we know their capabilities and potential. And so then to lose all these games so closely when we're not even playing close to what their potential is,
that's
just very discouraging and disheartening. And I know more so for the guys than for us, but that's what makes us feel bad is it's just very frustrating when you have the pieces to put the puzzle together and it's just not
clicking. It's not clicking. And that's 100% it too. And it's like, we've seen the potential and that this team, and even like the ULM game, for example, like they played a really good game. And even there, like, you could still see that there was more to give and more to show. And then you were playing against teams in the Southland that we historically would absolutely just crush, and then it's like, where in the hell did the team that just played ACU go? Where in the hell is the team that took Oregon to 19 point, and played them really well defensively? Where did that team, where are we? And so I think it's just again, I've said this for the past like 2 weeks now at work, and I feel like it just bleeds over into basketball. It's just been a comedy of errors. Like, it's been, one thing after another. And I don't know what needs to click for the rest of it to happen, and for the season, the rest of the season, bar the games that we've already played that we have to finish up talking about on Friday. But I don't know what needs to happen. There's a few things that could happen that may help, but it may not. You know what I mean? We don't even know. We don't even know. So I know I'm preaching to the choir here. Everyone that listens to us, obviously, like, you're not fair weather fans, like, you're fans to the end. And I know you're frustrated. We're frustrated, but just imagine if you're as frustrated as we are, imagine how the boys are feeling. So just try to remain try to remember that whenever you're posting shit on social media, because like you don't think they read that stuff. They do. You know what I mean? Like they're just college kids, for crying out loud. You know?
Yeah.
If you're frustrated, text me or text Jacqueline. Don't post it. I gotta say it. Just, you know what I mean? Like,
if it's not something you would say to their face, maybe don't post it online, because it just makes you look like a jackass. And I, right this moment, am talking about one very specific person who makes themselves look like a dumbass every time he posts something. And if you're going to get on there and make some dumb shit comment about, can we start a GoFundMe to raise money for better players? We got an NIL collective. It's called Sawmill Six Man, baby. That's the whole fucking point of that. So if that's your idea, set up a recurring payment to Sawmill Six Man and give money for us to use to entice athletes.
And that's the thing. Like, we're using that freaking NIL collective a lot. Like, a lot of the players we currently have are because of that NIL collective. And you're going to sit there and tell me, no, I'm sorry. Like, the quality of players that we're getting are good players. Like, they're good. They just need to figure out what's missing, what the missing link or the piece is, or what needs to happen in order to get to that point. They're all talented players. They're super talented, you know? So it's not the players who are, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the players' lack of talent.
Right. It's not lack of quality of players.
No.
But anyway, if I dissected every dumb piece of shit that person said, we'd be here all night. And
that's so true. But that's my main grievance. It's not even about the game. Obviously the game sucked and we should have won. And that's a given. And it's frustrating, and that's a big grievance for me. But my bigger grievance is the fact that you have people, grown-ass adults on social media, talking major trash to a bunch of college kids who play basketball. For what? For what reason? Like, you're not being helpful one effing bit or constructive. It's the same thing. Like, even though, we're a small mid-major in East Texas, it's the same thing when people post, like, with big, with professional teams. It's the same thing. Like, brother, you posting ain't going to help them win or lose. Like, just like me and Jacqueline sitting in the front row cheering and doing what we can, and me bringing a fucking prayer candle, excuse my French, sorry, Mom, ain't going to help either. It's just us being supportive. Like, I'm sorry, I don't truly believe in magic. Sorry, loving spoonfuls, but I don't. It doesn't work like that. That's just not how life is, you know? So just do yourself a favor. And if you're freaking that pissed off and that frustrated,
stop watching then. If that's the response you have.
Thank you. Stop watching.
Nobody's forcing you to watch these games.
Nobody's forcing. No, you can delete ESPN Plus.
You want to be a Debbie Downer or negative Nancy, you can just tune out till next season.
Bingo. And you know what? Maybe you should.
Maybe you should.
Yeah. Oh no. Tessa's getting upset. Do I need to say something?
Don't even go. They're people. Don't be cruel. Shame on these people. I agree, Tess.
That's right, Mom. No, Mom, do not say anything. You're good. You don't
have they know we got their back. So those guys.
My mom will fight to the bitter end on social media with people. And I'm like, baby girl, there's no point. You're talking to a brick wall. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So other grievances, bar those two, the fact that we lost and the fact that people are douchebags.
Field goal percentage at 31, not good. 3-point percentage at 11, not good. Free throws at 55%.
Better than what I've seen.
Not good.
Still not good, but it could be worse. Again, back at it again with the 3-point percentage. 2 out of 18. 2 out of 18. What are we doing?
You know, I
Stop.
don't know. And all I'm going to say for this game is, like I said in the feats of strength, we only had 11 turnovers, which makes me thrilled. So we were taking care of the ball. We just couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Could not.
Couldn't throw it in the ocean. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but we could
You know
not.
what? This is not the first time that I even said this the other night at the game. Jacqueline can back me up on this. 2 things. I don't know what the deal it is with our hoops, but for some reason, when we shoot the ball, it doesn't go in. When the other teams shoot the ball, it goes in. Somebody explain that. No, but in reality, though, there is, I don't know. Somebody else watch the game and tell me if I'm cuckoo bananas, but I know I'm not. We always, not always, but high percentage of the time, miss the second shot on the free throw. And I said this at the game the other night, and I mean, legitimately, almost every single free throw we missed, made the first, missed the second. Every time.
And it's even more frustrating when it's a 1-and-1 and you've made the first one to get the opportunity to even have the second one, and then you don't make that one. It's like
you're leaving points. You're just leaving points off out there in La La Land. That's free, baby.
It's free, baby.
Free, baby. And I think that's another thing that's just stressful is like, come on, like we used to be a really, I don't even want to look. I may look, but I don't want to look at what our season total percentage free throw is. I don't know if I want to know, but I kind of feel like I need to know. It's not great. I'll tell you that much.
It's going to be in the 60s. That is my guess.
I'm not going to look right now. I'm going to look on Friday because if I look now, it's not going to be accurate because there's multiple games. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Okay.
What? You're making a face.
Did you get the text from old KM?
From who?
A text message from Kyle.
Oh, I thought you said Cam. I was like, who?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Anyway, keep going.
Oh, sorry. We left you on red on the 7th, Kyle.
Who?
I just realized neither of us responded to his message on the 7th.
Holy shit, we did. I honestly totally missed that.
Sorry. We'll talk to you about that one offline.
Yeah, that's definitely not a public conversation. Sorry, Kyle. Well, now I'm excited to see what he has to say, but here we go. But anyway, I think the main thing about this UIW game is the fact that yet again, we're playing a team that has historically been mid. We'll call them mid.
We've only lost them once before this game. That's insane. Insane.
I know. And that's why we're just used to getting the dub. And then it's expectancy violation theory. Okay. Our expectations of this season in the game have not been reached and have been violated. Google it. Sorry. It's
very
just been
violated. I feel violated. I feel violated.
I feel violated. I feel very violated right now. I feel violated by the referees. I feel violated. Oh, don't even get me started about the refs from this past game. That'll be
no, that's not a good one. We don't want to start on
that's a Friday conversation. But yeah, no. Oh God. Anyway, yeah. I think the UIW game, the biggest part about that. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, special guest.
Say hello,
Hey.
Hi, Kyle.
I'm so happy.
Hello.
I'm so happy too. Hi, buddy.
You guys aren't doing it as well as I am because, Utah Valley's in first place in the WAC right now. So,
hey.
But yeah.
Happy for you.
Glad you're having fun.
You guys.
Glad you're enjoying your season. We're over here in the frickin' trenches, bud.
Hey, did you guys get snow last week, by the way?
I
No.
didn't. No.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody else in Texas seemed to get snow last week.
Oh yeah. Matt got snow and that yeah, if you're north of Tyler, you got snow.
Okay. All
But
right.
not much. I wouldn't really count it as much. I mean, we had a few little flakes falling down for like an hour, but and in Dallas and stuff, I think they had enough just to barely like stick. But I mean, nobody was building a snowman.
Yeah.
You know,
It was enough to be dangerous on the roads. Let's just say that. But apparently on Monday or apparently on Tuesday next week, we're supposed to get snow.
We haven't got any snow, so
it is supposed to be in the 20s here next week, which is very
send it north. Send it north. We can use the snow. So
That's crazy. Yeah.
Else.
Again, apparently we're supposed to have snow on Tuesday. That's what the weatherman says, but you never know.
I love how you guys get like a dusting and it's all of a sudden a snow day. I mean, I know Texas doesn't get snow a lot, but like,
Kyle,
I'm telling you, if there's a few flakes falling down,
the ice
down, school is canceled.
Literally, the ice storm we had, the sleet and ice storm we had, like literally classes canceled. No, nothing. I mean, not me, but like high schools, no school, nothing.
Crazy.
And people panic and go to the store and like panic buy like
bread
shut in for a month. Like the week before last when it was cold or whatever. I mean, it was only supposed to be like 30 something. And I went to pick up my groceries on Sunday and there was like not hardly a spot in the parking lot. Like literally the poor curbside little guy finally came out with my groceries. I had to go in and ask for it because it texted me saying no one's available. Then they had to come back out to the car. And I was like, man, y'all been busy, right? I'm sorry. And he was like, yeah, we've like doubled our sales the last 2 days. And I'm like, yeah, everyone's panic buying because it's going to be 30.
See, and I would be down there in shorts and a t-shirt hanging out. That's what it's all about, you know, in that kind of weather. So,
well,
I mean, I was enjoying the hell out of it. I don't know about anybody else, but I had windows open, having a good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
So as you can see, my little background has changed. I'm down in my basement now.
I was going to say, that's not.
Yeah.
Are you moving your studio to the basement?
Yeah, kind of, because my son sleeps in the room next to my office. So when I record late at night or something, I talk a little bit louder.
Yeah.
And so I just moved the podcasting stuff down to my basement. As you can hear the water running through. You might hear the furnace come on here in a minute, but so it's a little bit better. It's nicer, and I shouldn't say nicer because you can see behind me. It's not nicer, but yeah. So I made a nice little podcasting studio office here. But
nice. You could put up something behind you and put your. You could put your.
I thought about putting like a green screen and like having like videos play behind me in my background during my podcast episodes, like.
That would be cool.
You know, like whose line is it anyways when they do that, right? Where they're talking and they don't know what they're seeing in the background. Like,
oh, Kyle, you just made my night. Legitimately, that's like one of my favorite all-time shows.
Oh, it's great.
Absolutely.
Okay. I have to ask you, is it better with Drew Carey as the host or what's her name?
Alicia Tyler.
Yeah, Alicia Tyler.
Drew Carey. Like no offense to her. She's funny. She's great. But like Drew Carey is, I grew up with that show with Drew Carey hosted. Yeah. Like that's my goat. That's my dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Got
good.
The classic whose line with Drew Carey for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm here to talk about all this. Let's talk about your Jacks. What's going on with your Jacks? Like, how can they go on the road and beat Lamar? Right? Yeah. They beat ACU. Well, I mean, that's not looking like a great win right now, but it's a rivalry game. You have to win on the road, whatever.
Yep.
And then they can't play defense against Houston Christian or Southeast Louisiana. What's that all about?
Wish we knew.
Okay.
Kyle, your guess is as good as mine.
I don't want to rub salt in the wound. It's a little frustrating because I thought, with all that they brought back and some of the additions that the Jacks were going to be in the top 2-3 in the league and maybe even somewhat compete with McNeese State. for that Southland Conference Championship, and I didn't see UTRGV having more wins than SFA at this point. Like that's
welcome to the club.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back and listen to our preseason podcast, I mean, I made a bold claim, and now I look back and I'm like, Jesus, I sound like an idiot on the wins and losses. But you never know. But I mean, like, again, I was trying to be realistic with my wins and losses, but legitimately, how things are shaking up as of right now, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
My flabbers are gasted. I don't know.
Your flowers are gas. I like that. That's well put. I like that. That's new. I may have to use that soon.
I've been using that a lot in 2025.
We're 16 days in, or 15 days in, and she's been using it a lot. I like that.
I have, because it has been a wild 2025 so far.
That's awesome.
I know. But yeah, no, I mean, you're so right. I mean, I actually just got a comment in from Colin. I'm a little concerned for SWA basketball. Again, join the club. From the fans not showing up like they used to say 2012, 2016 era, obviously, yes. And now losing to whom they used to be scrubs in our eyes. Again, yes, easy wins. Sad times to be an alumni. I know, but I also feel for the players and the coaches as I don't know what the culprit is. Can't put a finger on it.
You
I mean,
Colin.
Here's the thing, okay? And the game of college basketball has changed, okay? And NIL has eliminated what you would call maybe those easy games that you had before. I don't know what the budget is, the NIL budget for those other schools, but like it's kind of even the playing field, right?
For sure.
Especially with the transfer portal and so many guys going into it, there's so many options for coaches to bring in better talent. And guys want to play. Like they don't want to sit in that transfer portal, not have anywhere to go. So maybe Houston Christian is a destination for some player that maybe thought he was better than what he really is, right? And I just think that that's changed the whole dynamic of college basketball.
I
messaged Matt Adkins the other night. I can't remember what game it was. Maybe it was that Houston Christian game, and just how it's just shocking how few fans are attending games at the Sawmill. Like I've never been there for it packed like you guys have, but like even just getting half of that filled in, like that makes a huge difference. So do you think it's a combination of maybe not winning as much, or is it like just the students' mindset has changed since when maybe you guys were there?
I think a little of both, but honestly, like this season, the attendance isn't, I don't think, worse than it was last season. I think it's pretty much about exactly the same. It's just literally like Colin's comment said, I mean, during the time Alex and I were in grad school, like 2012 and 2014, there were games where it was standing room only. Like every seat was packed and people were standing on the concourse. And now we can't even get it a fourth of the way full.
Yeah. It's again, I'll use it again. Mind-boggling. My flabbers are gasted in terms of, yes, obviously, if we were winning every single game, I would assume that we would have a little bit more attendance. Not probably much more, because we were winning. We were doing well last season. And Jocelyn's right. The attendance for home games, it almost feels very similar. It's not a huge disparity between last season and this season. Honestly, I'm going to say this. Honestly, I'm still shocked at the amount of people that still are coming to the men's games, to be fair. And in terms of student attendance, the past 3-4 games, home games, the students have been gone.
Yeah, that's true.
So this next home game we have next week will be the first game back for men, not women, but for men at least, that the kids are back. So that's another thing.
It just, I guess, my flabbergasting, or however you say it, flabbergasting, is that what it was? Flabbergasting?
My flabbers are gasted.
When you see Hunter post the numbers of the social media interactions, and you're like, well, why is there so many interactions on social media, but that's not the same as, like, why can't people come to games? And that, I don't know. It's always interesting to me how that works out, like that dynamic.
Because you got armchair coaches, you know what I mean? Like you got guys and gals online who spend more time complaining about attendance at games or how the teams are playing from 5 minutes up the road when they live in Nacogdoches, but they're not actually at the game supporting the game.
Oh, and then they talk about NIL, but yet they don't donate to the NIL. That's always fun. Sorry, I'm not here to bash. I'm not.
No,
it's always fun.
We were bashing earlier.
I just had a rant about that a few minutes ago. So
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Colin, yeah, fire marshal had to stop people from coming in. Great times, took it for granted, but glad I was part of it. Same. No, honestly, that's legitimate. Like, I think the very, very last game that I remember it being standing room only and or packed to the brim. There may have been one after this, but the game that when Alabama came and played us at home.
Well, of course you're going to get a sold-out crowd for Alabama.
I know, but I'm just trying to think of the last time in recent history.
Oranges, right? That's a. You want to get it for those conference games, those conference rivalries, and
you do, but.
So. And when we were in grad school, the packed out crowds would be Northwestern and Sam. I know there was one season when we had Jacob and Thomas that both of those games were packed.
Look, come on. I can see myself on Twitter. Woo!
Yeah. It's Inception.
By the way, I have to get going. John wants to record our No Sauce podcast. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but you guys need to go check that out. Like,
I've caught a couple episodes.
And we just talked about all kinds of things. Actually, we've been working out too. We get up to like 5 a.m. and go work out. I've
seen your pictures. I'm
super sore, you guys. So
hey, going and doing it in the morning is the best possible time to go. It sets up your whole day. And I've seen your pictures, and I've caught a couple episodes of y'all's podcast, and I crack up. It's good.
It's a good time. So
yeah.
Well, you guys, I hope the Jacks season gets better. Maybe after they beat McNeese State, you can have me on again. We can like celebrate and do a little dance and have some fun. But love you guys, miss you guys, and I'm actually.
We miss you too, buddy.
It's a shame I'm just only have to go to Dallas in a couple weeks for a UTA game, so I'm not gonna be able to make it down to NAC. So
I know we miss you. But I'm glad that we got to see you tonight.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Jack fans, never fear. Things will turn around. All you got to do is win 3 or 4 games in March, and then it'll all be worth it. So that's all that really matters, right?
I mean, 100%. Here's the thing, and then you can run away. Legitimately, we're only a few games out of contention for the conference tournament. Like 8 teams go. We're in 10th.
Well, there's plenty of basketball to play. So you just
got to win a couple. We got to win games, win home games, win away games, and at least just get to the conference tournament.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then all bets are off. Anything is possible.
100%.
100%.
All right, you guys. Thanks, and have a good rest of your night.
Thanks. We love you, Kyle. We miss Kyle a lot. Everybody in the WAC was amazing, and they welcomed us with open arms. And honestly, and sometimes it's really, I guess not sometimes, but it's really cool whenever you got 2 gals in sports doing this kind of thing, and we're the only 2 girls. Well, when we were in the WAC doing that, probably the only 2 girls.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, and so they all just welcomed us with open arms.
In the Southland, probably only podcast period, but.
Probably. Well, I thought the Demons had one, maybe not. But anyway, but yeah. So it was just really nice whenever they, all these guys that have been doing this for years and years and years, just welcomed us with open arms and took us under their wing, and we love Kyle. I know. Let's see here. So yeah.
Yeah. We thought that would help.
They're curious on the amount of fans that the year of COVID, where we went 18-0 and beat Duke that year, I would assume it was packed, but I was already graduated.
No,
it's still. I mean, we had more people than we do now, but it wasn't packed out by any means. It wasn't a sold out crowd.
Not even. I wouldn't even say it was half full, and that really is a shame because that was our.
That was the season. That was the season. I will always and forever blame COVID for a lot of things, but my main grievance first COVID was the fact that it absolutely boned us getting to the Sweet 16.
Yep.
Because
Agreed.
that would have been the year. That was the year. Ugh.
Yeah. Okay, where were we? I think we were
We were done. We were pretty much done with UIW game. Let's just say one word to rule it all. It was disappointing.
Shop.
There you go. There it is. There it is, and there it is. Yeah. Moving on.
Okay, next Monday, January 6th versus Houston Christian, formerly known as Houston Baptist, the artist known formerly as Houston Baptist. I just always love saying that. I think it's so funny. So Houston Christian University used to be Houston Baptist, is a private Baptist university in Houston, Texas, obviously affiliated with the Baptist General Convention of Texas. In our previous matchup history with Houston, we had 16 wins and only 1 loss. So pretty much the same as UIW, but even more wins. Largest margin of victory was 87-47 in 2005, and the smallest margin of victory was 79-77 in 2019. Same starters as last several games. Keon, Matt, Nana, CC, Jelani. We did lose by 10, 83-73. The attendance was 1,270. Sean Kennedy stat section, field goal percentage, 9.02, 3-point percentage, 23.53%. Free throws, this might be one of our higher ones of the season, unfortunately, 67.86. Points in the paint, 42. Points off turnovers, 22. Second chance points, 10. Fast break points, 15. Bench points, 22. Rebounds, we had 22 rebounds total. They had 41. 5 offensive, 17 defensive. We had 20 fouls, 13 turnovers. They had 17 turnovers, 10 steals, and 2 blocks. Our game leaders, we had Keon with 19 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and Dom with his career high thus far for us, 17 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound.
Player of the game, baby.
I'm going to give it to Dom this game because we have been waiting.
We've been waiting.
Some shots from Dom, and he came in, I mean, almost 20 points, only 2 points off being high point.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've been 100%. I've been begging and pleading and praying and asking the basketball gods for Dom, who again recruited, is a shooter. That's, I mean, preseason podcast, go back and watch it. Kyle Keller said, full stop, that this boy is the shooter. And we've barely gotten to see any of it. And finally, we had some Dom with his shooting.
He emerged, the shooter.
We just need him to do more. All right, I don't want to put pressure on you, but God.
Yeah, more of that for sure.
More of that. I mean, please, God, it's Alex. Can you hear me? Anyway. Yeah, so definitely I'll give it to Dom, but obviously let's not, lose sight of Keon's 19 points. Played well again. Keon has been, I think, in the last few games has been a saving grace to keeping us in the game. Obviously this game we had 2 guys in high point, him and Dom, but yeah, just great performance again by Keon, our point guard, which again, the whole point of the point guard isn't, if he scores a bunch of points, that's great, but also
yeah. And the thing that,
you know what I'm saying?
The thing that I think has been such a strength for us with him is that most of his points he creates himself. He's not getting those off assists from other people finding him open. He's just making the executive decision and creating his own shot 1v1.
Which at this point
That's been necessary because we haven't been doing much on offense. So
Exactly. Like legitimately, if he was doing this every night, meaning like if he was, playing, there's no, it's just me, I'm putting the team on my back every night. No one else on this team is good. You know what I mean? If he was like being a ball hog and it's like, oh, come on, like share the one thing. But this boy is out here literally grinding, trying to keep us into these games. And I mean, yeah, we lost by 10 on this one, but without him and Dom, it would have been much
would have
worse.
been bleak.
And again, a team. This is the first time Houston Christian has won.
No, we had lost to them once. One loss.
But were they Houston Baptist?
It listed it all together.
I know, but I mean, I was just trying to be.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Sorry. I was slow on
beat us as Houston Christian. Anyway, I know. But still, was the time that they beat us at home or away? Did it say?
I can tell you, but it'll probably take me about 5 minutes since my
Because
computer.
I think this is the first time that they've beat us at home.
I would bet money on that. Let me see.
I would bet money on it too. Anyway.
Sorry. Never mind. It listed in reverse chronological order, and that really threw me off. So we lost there on the road in 1979. It's the last time we lost to them.
My point still stands. Like, I wasn't even alive, Jacqueline, and neither were you.
Yeah, not even close.
So again, my point earlier still stands. Like, in modern era, we have not lost to them.
Yeah. Anytime that we've been alive to see.
Exactly. That's why I'm, again, like some of these games I'm getting really, really frustrated with because it's shit like this. And I'm like, what are we doing?
I know. And we certainly never lost to them when we were in the Southland because 79, that would have been probably when we were in the Lone Star Conference. So we definitely never lost to them in the Southland. That's the first.
SFA fans we're down bad right now. We're down bad. Okay, so anything else positive?
Points in the paint, 42. Happy with that.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, 42 points in the paint, 22 points off turnovers. I like that. Bench points 22, fast break points 22. Like, looking at our stats right there, looking at our free throws, I mean, not great, but I mean, high, I mean, almost 68%. Our field goal percentage was almost 50%. And we had again, not a great 3-point percentage, but like looking at those stats, you're like, holy crap, it's a great game.
We only had 13 turnovers. They had more turnovers than us.
I mean, looking at the stats, it's like, wow, that's actually, we played well. But for some reason, Houston Christian played better.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So, moving on. Do we have any more positives?
No.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. Newcomers. The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
I mean, grievance number one. We haven't lost to Houston Christian or Baptist since 1979.
Yeah.
Grievance one.
That's rough. The fact that we only had 22 rebounds and they had 41.
Disgusting.
They almost doubled our rebounds. That's not acceptable. We are so much better than that.
I 100% agree. I'm glad you used that term. That is just not acceptable. You're right. It's not.
Because our guys are 10 times better than that.
Oh, no doubt. And again, like, we're not sitting over here in La La Land thinking that our team is is perfect, and we're not sitting over here in La La Land and without any sort of realistic knowledge of any, we know for freaking facts that this team can play better than this. We know, we've seen it.
We didn't get out rebounded that bad against Oregon.
I know. That's why
I mean, Big
make
Ten,
it make sense.
Big Ten team versus the team that we've lost to once, and they almost doubled our rebounds. I can't explain it. I can't fathom it. My mind is boggled.
We're in an alternate reality in cuckoo world, because you're right. I'm glad you made that comparison. We did not get out rebounded that much versus Oregon. I mean, what the frick? Anyway, yeah. So obviously a big grievance there. I think other than just the abysmal 3-point shooting that's just been a plague all season. Other than that, I think it just continually trying to think back to this game, Houston, like it's the same things over and over again. Too many shot clock violations, just disorganization on offense in terms of, either play calling and or not knowing what we're doing on offense, just throwing shit up there, hoping that it goes in the hoop. Like, I feel like we've taken last minute desperation shots when there's 15 seconds left on the clock.
Either that, there's no in between. It's either that or the shot clock goes off and we're not even in the middle of trying to make a move to the basket.
That. And again, like, my flabbers are gasted in terms of how every single game thus far this season, and I wish I would have gone back to the beginning of the season and counted. I will next season. Let's make a note of this.
Yeah.
How many shot clock violations throughout the games?
Yeah.
Because I can guarantee you that we've had at least 2 every single game.
Absolutely.
Like at minimum.
Well, they need to break that. They need to break the turnovers column on the stat sheet down into specifics and give us the shot clock violations. That would be.
Yeah. Turnover by shot clock violations and also by erratic passes. Either erratic passes over the heads of people out of bounds, erratic passes into the lane. And I mean, just sometimes I feel like I'm watching a bunch of little dribblers play.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that to sound horrible. That probably does sound really bad. But in reality, there are multiple times I'm sitting there in the game, just sitting there like they're running into each other. They're like fumbling the basketball. You know what I mean? Like there's zero, like I'm bringing in football right now. Like there's zero protection on the ball.
It's like a lack of cohesion. I don't know.
Yeah, something. It's just there's a few tiny fundamental details that are just lacking.
Yeah.
And this is not anything that I'm sure they haven't seen on film, heard from the coaches, or know themselves after the game is over. Because you can see it in their faces. You can see it in the faces when they're, the game is almost over and they're behind and they come and sit down on the bench and they're freaking frustrated. We get it.
Yeah.
There is just missing links. And I don't know what they are. I take that back. I know what a couple of them are, but a few of those I probably can't say in public.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to tamp those down.
So I guess do you have any more grievances?
No, I was going to say I was going to get canceled, which
no. So I guess my final, and this is just the overarching grievance I had that day, which really just explains the whole game in a nutshell. So this Monday was literally the first day after being sick for 2 weeks that I just did not feel like I was dying.
I'm sorry.
Alex knows where this is going, so she's already ready.
I wasn't at first, and then I was like, Oh, this.
This
Okay,
has
go
been-
ahead.
Literally, I've been sick for like 3 weeks. So this was not like, oh my gosh, I'm better. This was just the first day I woke up where I was like, I don't feel like death. I can actually sit without having Kleenex stuffed up my nose. So you know how it is when you've been sick for like 2 weeks and then the first day you just don't feel like death. You're like, now I gotta do everything. Like I'm behind on everything. I was like, I gotta tidy up the house. I gotta do laundry. I've got to sit at my desk for like multiple hours and try to catch up on work. I'm going to this game because I already missed one home game. So I'm like doing all the stuff. And
She
first
sure
of
as
all,
shit wasn't missing 2.
I was not going to miss 2 in a row. So first of all, I overdid it. I did too much. I was definitely did not have enough like energy in the tank for that whole day. But anyway, I did pretty well the first half. And then I can
She
feel
did.
the sinuses start to tingle. And I forgot to bring my Puffs Plus lotion. So here I go at halftime to make a run to the bathroom and blow my nose. And I know
Oh,
it's not going to last me the rest of the game. So
I'm laughing.
I have to resort to bringing the cheap ass single ply toilet paper from the bathroom back down with me to my seat. Whatever. If I got to blow my nose, I got to blow my nose. Right? Alex and I, as y'all know, sit on the very front row, right behind the bench, yet they rarely ever put the camera on us. We are hardly ever on the big screen.
The only time 100% we're on the big screen is during the introductions because you could see us in the background. But we're not like face on screen barely ever. Continue.
So literally the first time I have to blow my nose, halfway joking because we're never on the screen, turn to Alex and say, if they show me blowing my nose on the screen, I'm going to murder someone. And 2 seconds later, mid-blow, here is my face on the big screen, blowing my nose with the single ply toilet paper.
Okay. And also it was they do like a lip sync video that, where they play a song and they, go around the gym and they put the camera on and you're supposed to be lip syncing. They did this once before, like maybe 4 or 5 home games back in, maybe November or something. And they put me and Jacqueline on the screen and like we were normal and we were singing and it was great. And I was like, oh my God, they never do this. Holy shit. And then I was ready too. It was a song I knew. I was freaking ready. I was lip syncing the shit out of it, killing it. This one, also I knew the song. I was ready to go. Jacqueline says what she just says. And literally I was just sitting there singing it. The camera pans to us and flips on and I can't stop laughing because she's sitting there behind a freaking, I don't even have anything to put there, but she's sitting there because Coach Scott's wife, Amy, puts up the roster sheet.
Yeah, she tried to put up her program in front of me once I yelled, "Are you effing kidding me?" Because I had literally
She's trying to block her from blowing her nose on the screen. And I'm sitting next to her, pissing myself, laughing. And I totally missed the opportunity to sing because I'm laughing so hard. Oh my God.
And I was just like, you know what?
This
is how it's going today. This is
how I don't even remember the song, but man, it was funny. I was laughing so hard. Oh, great grievance, man. I'm glad you brought that up.
But it definitely summed up the entire game.
Literally, she had toilet paper stuffed up her nose.
I was right in the middle of it too.
She looked like a freaking walrus with the toilet paper shoved up her nose hanging.
Great.
Oh, that was actually really funny. Obviously not funny for you. It was funny for me, and I apologize for laughing, but
no, you gotta laugh. I had to laugh at myself. And I do want everyone to know that I did have hand sanitizer in my purse. So I was,
of course,
cleansing my hands every time I blew my nose. I'm not like down there being disgusting any more than I have to be.
Of course. Yeah, definitely not. No, of course. No germs here. Oh man, that was funny. Yeah.
Hysterical. It was probably one of the funnier things that's happened to us at a game.
Yeah, there's been a few, but that one's pretty high up there, I will say. The other funnier thing is, and make this quick, and then we'll wrap this up, is remember when they brought those inflatable mascots for like the halftime?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do they call those? They're inflatable mascots. There's like they're animals or they look like animal. I don't know, but like there's 4 of them or so, and they're doing like choreographed dances and they're inflatable, and there's people inside of them dancing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember if there's a term for it. I can't remember. I'm blanking.
I can't remember either. Maybe if someone's listening, they can think about it or they can post on the comments. But anyway, I remember one of them coming over to where we sit and like, what did he do? He like
Straight to you. I can't remember what he did though.
Yeah, he came straight to me and was like, I don't know if it was like, pelvic thrusting or like coming, like literally bending down to like pretend to like hit me or kiss something. It was the funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was, I think someone has it on video.
Probably.
I think Caitlin or somebody has it on video. If we find this video, I'm going to post it on our socials because it's funny. It's funnier watching the video than me explaining it.
Yeah. Of course.
100%. Oh my God. Okay. So dare I ask one word to summarize this HCU game?
So I don't have one word, but I am going to give one phrase because it is also what I said after my nose blowing.
Go ahead.
On the big screen.
Yeah.
Can you spare a square?
We can't even spare a free throw. What do you really think we're gonna be able to spare squares and we can't even spare free throws? Anyway, oh my God, such a funny. I like can you spare a square? I think just mind-boggling is my term. I've said it all this entire podcast because, again, 1979, people. That was the last time that team, whether it was HBU or HCU, had beat us. 1979. Yeah. Anyway, the end. Okay. A couple reminders, and then we will close it down. Of course, you see it scrolling below you right now on the screen. It says support the Sawmill NIL Collective. Details can be found on sawmillcollective.com. Yes, you may be frustrated with the team and how they're playing, but we still need to recruit and retain players that will help us get over this hump. So if you're frustrated with how the team is doing and you want to attract even better players, keep the current ones we have and get better, because some of the guys that we have right now are going to be graduating. We have a couple seniors on the team, so we're going to need some players to come in. So if you want us to attract and recruit some outstanding, talented individuals, you got to donate on the collective, because this is how you keep and this is how you recruit in 2025.
Yeah.
This is how it is. This is the world we live in.
Join the times, and if you want us to be competitive, that's part of the equation now.
100%. So make sure you go check out the NIL Collective. There's also collectives for all the other major sports at SFA. So if you want to support those sports as well, that's available to you. The other one, you see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen now. Getting your MyPlates. Go to www.myplates.com/lumberjacks and you can get some personalized license plates or just background only SFA license plates and be like Jacqueline and I and rep your school on the road, baby. It's a Stephen F. awesome way to support your SFA athletics. There's multiple ways you can do this. You can do 1 year, 3 year, 5 year subscriptions. You can literally go online and pick out a personalized plate. Maybe what you want is available. Maybe it's not. You got to check it out though. You got to go to myplates.com and see if they have what you want on there. And if they don't have what you want, then just get the background only and keep checking back. Just get a 1 year and renew it when you can. We love our license plates. I constantly get just, I don't even know what the word is. It's not made fun of, because that sounds really bad. It's more of like,
Just attention.
yeah, like poked at, because it's like they read my license plate really quickly and they think it says Mealix, and I'm just like, no, it has nothing to do with meals. It's the other half of my podcast. I'm like, oh. Or they'll say, you need to change it to instead of me, Alex, me, Frank, because that's what my name of my car is. And I'm like, no, that's too many letters, so that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And again, I can't hide. Everybody knows what my car is at the brewery, so everybody knows when I'm there, because it's boom, boom, there she is. Anyway, so we love our plates, though. We love to park next to each other whenever we can and rep our my plates. And then, of course, the last one is to go check out our store on our website. So on our store, we have a bunch of basketball-related SFA shirts that we've created. We also have Nacogdoches shirts that we've created. I actually just uploaded a new one. We need to do a Scotty shirt.
Yeah, we do.
Can you design a Scotty shirt? I think that'd be so perfect. Look at Scottie Pippen. Look at him.
He looks so mean, but I promise he's not.
He's the sweetest cat literally in that household. Literally. And I include Jacqueline in that. I'm just kidding. Meow. Yeah, no. So go check out our store. Like I said, there's SFA related apparel for basketball. There's related apparel for some of the other sports too, like football. I think I have a volleyball and a soccer one up there. I need to make some baseball and softball ones. And then there's also some designs I made for Nacogdoches. There's one for the brewery. There's a couple for just drinking in general. Yeah, so there's a bunch of fun stuff up there. Go check it out. Anything that you purchase that is, again, anything that you purchase on there goes straight to our travel budget and our budget to help support the Jacks. The only thing that money from sales that doesn't go to us directly, I just uploaded a Fredonia Brewery design. All the money from that one is going to go towards the brewery renovations. So go check out that one. So if you like Fredonia Brewery and you like our beer, go check out that specific design on our store. And I modeled it and designed it after like old school college university sweater seals and logos.
Cool.
So it kind of has that vibe to it. So yeah, go buy a sweater, a jacket, a t-shirt with that on there and help us improve the beer garden at the brewery. We need new pergolas. Pergolas. They're falling apart.
Yeah.
They're old. They've been there before the brewery it was even there.
It's definitely time to replace.
Yeah. They were there whenever there was a nursery there. That's how old they are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been a minute. Dragonfly, that's what it used to be called.
Yeah, like 10 plus years old. Like they're getting rotted. So it's dangerous. They need to be replaced. Anyway, so please help us support the brewery and get those replaced. Thank you. Come again. All right. So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Obviously, this one was a little bit longer than what we expected, but that's because unexpected guest from Kyle McDonald from Whack Hoops Nation came in. But we're so happy to see him, and we're happy to have his dialogue with us as always. Anyway, we hope you guys have a wonderful night. Hope you stay warm. It's supposed to get cold again next week. I'm kind of excited for that. I hope we kind of do get a little bit of snow so I get a snow day, but that's okay, even if not. Yeah, so fingers crossed. We have another game this weekend, but it's away on Saturday. So fingers crossed for the Jacks. Again, apparently we're a road team, so maybe we'll get another road W.
Perhaps.
I'll take it if we do. I'll take W's anyway, anyhow. Any way they'll get them. I don't give a shit. At this point, I don't care if it's a 1-point win. I don't care if it's a 30-point win. I don't care. I don't care. I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Everybody happy. I don't know what I just said. I need to go to bed. I hope everybody has a great night. And as always, Axe and Jacks.
With Alex and Jax.
I remembered the outro that time.